Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Team Whatever. We don't have a team name yet. Alright, now, the last video, I showed you my friend's Eldrazi deck. Right now, I'm going to show you a deck that actually did very good in a tournament, and I actually got the deck off of someone who played it in a tournament for free. This is, of course, a vampire deck. I believe the main cards in this deck are Celestia Highborn, Dark Tutelage, and of course, the Lava Claw Reach, the Dark Summit, and the Blackleaf Cliff. Now, if you notice, these are red and black mana producers, as well as this one is can turn into a creature. Now, what makes this deck so special to me is in this deck I run 6 red spells, which to me I don't think is enough to only run 6 red spells. But the vampire deck, this one, is basically I'm gaining life off of Celestial Highborn, and I'm using it by the effect of Bloodghasts. Because when the land is dropped, Bloodghast comes back. And if I have a bunch of Bloodghasts and a Viseer, I'm going to abuse my Bloodghast to its highest potential. Now then, let's begin the deck list. I have 2 proxies in here. Sorry about this once again, guys, but this is the way it's going to be. First off, we have 4 Celestia Highborns. To me, this right here, for this version, is the heart and the soul of the deck. It allows you to make different plays, it allows you to combo different ways. Let's say your opponent's at like 6 health left, and you don't have the lightning bolts in hand. You can actually kill them off with Celestial Highborn's effect with your other vampires. Now, that is, to me, the heart and soul of the deck. Next is a huge add-on to me, what I believe is the Viscera Seers. Now, people are telling me I should run 4 of them. I'm beginning to see where that is true. I'm thinking of taking one of them out for a Pulse Seeker. Throughout this whole entire video, I'll show you what I would take out to add things in, and one of them would definitely be a Viseer. That would be a Pulse Tracker or Pulse whatever, gain 1 life. Alright, next in my deck is 4 Bloodghast. In my opinion, in any vampire deck, Bloodghast is just a staple. It is amazing. The Bloodghast can't block, but Bloodghast, if your opponent has 10 or less life, has haste, and its landfall effect. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Bloodghast from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, that is a great effect, being that I can just do arc trails and stuff and like destroy my creatures, and then use her effect, and then right before I start doing battle, I will drop a land and get them back, and by doing so much damage, they will probably be at 10 life. Now, next is Vampire Lacerator. Vampire Lacerator is at the beginning of your upkeep. You lose a life unless your opponent has 10 or less life. I run 4 of them. I'm thinking of running 3 of them to put a Pulse Tracker in. That is a huge if, so we're gonna leave it there. I don't know yet, but it might work, because I think 3 or 4 Pulse Trackers will do nicely, since I believe they're only 1-drops, and this is also a 1-drop. It's a 2/2 1-drop. You can't see that because of the glare. It's a 2/2 1-drop. That's what makes him amazing. Chances are you're supposed to run 4 of them. Don't really know. Next, this is what I love to run this personally. The Gatekeeper of Malakir. Basically, it actually has a kicker, which I love. When Gatekeeper Malakir enters the battlefield, it was kick, target player sacrifices a creature. This does have some downfalls, I will warn you. Never use it when your opponent has a Wormcoil Engine on the field, unless you have ways to get past those tokens. In this deck, you have the Lightning Bolts, but be careful with some things you're playing it against. That's all I'm going to say. So, the 4 Gatekeepers is a definite in this deck. Now, I run 3 Hex Mages. Me personally, it's a great card. Hex Mage is 2. It's a 2/1 creature, and it has First Strike. Now, what makes this card so amazing is its second effects. Sacrifice Vampire Hex Mage. Remove all counters from target permanent. Target permanent means I will basically play this when you have a Jace the Mind Sculptor or another Planeswalker and just dump it right there and destroy your Planeswalker. But I'm thinking of maining only 2 because I'm not always seeing it added to my hand. I mean, I'm seeing it added to my hand way too much, that's what I meant to say. I will sometimes, like in 4 turns, have all 3, and I can't stand doing that. Now, sorceries that I run are, my black ones are Inquisition of Kozilek. Kozilek is a great... Inquisition of Kozilek is a great card. Target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Converted mana cost 3 or less. That player discards that card. It gives you hand advantage early. And if you run... This is the proxy of Surgical Extraction. Surgical Extraction is either 2 Phyrexian mana, 1 Phyrexian mana, or 1 black. Phyrexian mana is paying 2 life. So this can basically run in any deck. But what it does is, a card from your opponent's graveyard, you can remove that from play. Then you search their deck in hand, and you remove from play, exile all other ones of the same exact name. Basically, you do that, you get the mana leak, then you do that, they have no more mana leaks. They are screwed. You have countered, that is their main counter usually, and you will have then wrecked it. You just need to know what your opponent's main thing is. Next, the enchantment which helps me out with this deck is Dark Tutelage. They do stack. You can use both at the same exact time, and then you will get the multiple draws. Its effect is at the beginning of your upkeep. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card in your hand. You lose life equal to the converted mana cost. What's so brilliant about that is I run 4, 8, 12, 22 lands. And although it's not a lot, nothing in this deck costs more than 3. So I'm mainly only taking 2 or less life, mostly. But pretty much what it's doing is, if I draw a land, then I draw something else good, I'm just going to keep on having hand advantage and not taking less life. And then Highborns, because my hand advantage will be the reason why I am victorious. That's Dark Tutelage. Now, my other sorcery for red is Arc Trail. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and then 1 damage to another target creature or player. This being, I'll sometimes go, if I have a Bloodghast on the field, I'll do that on the Bloodghast. Then I'll pay that for the Highborn. My opponent will take 2, and I'll gain 2. And then for the 1 effect, I'll do the same exact thing where I'll do the other Bloodghast. My opponent will take 2, and I'll gain another 2. And then dropping a land, the 2 Bloodghast come back, and I'm basically full of more mana and more health. Loving it. It's a great card, great combo. Now this is the most broken card for red, I believe, is out there. It's just amazing. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player. I can kill my opponent with, like, I can wither him down to 6, and then that's it. 2 mana, you're done. Unless you're playing mana leaks. But if I already Surgical Extraction them, you're done. My next instant is Go for the Throats. Destroy target non-artifact creature. It's hard to know what decks it works in. If you're playing an artifact deck, you will side these out for Doomblades 100%. And now, finally, you run 4 Lava Claw Reaches. It enters the battlefield tapped. You run 4 Blackleaf Cliffs. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. Then Dragon Skull Summit into the battlefield tapped unless you control Swamp, which you control. You have 10 swamps. Lava Claw Reaches, of course, is the one that you can do 1 red, 1 black, and 1 of any color. It becomes a 2/2 black at red elemental. The thing about these are, it produces a red and a black color. These are your red mana, pretty much. Finally, I run 10 swamps. What I want to do, though, I'm not going to lie, is run 3 marshlands and 3 Verdant Catacombs. Being those will search my deck out, and they will bring to my deck. They will let me pay 1 life, tap it, and sack it to add a swamp to my hand, which is amazing with my landfall Flanked Bloodghast. This was, thank you for watching the video. I figured that since we're starting it all in one soon, I'm going to just post videos on how decks works, most decks, and how to build some decks, and basically what it takes to play. Stay tuned. If you want to meet up in person, go to All in One Collectibles on Route 10, Saturday at 2 p.m. or Sunday at 4 or 5 p.m. We will be there, and have a nice day. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a nice day.